What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. Here, my guy Kenny Stubblefield on the other side of the World Wide Web, man. It's a beautiful Friday to you guys. We're recording this on a Thursday evening. All right, bro, let's get to it, man. First of all, I had to pull out the 901 1 cent shirt.
1 cent, baby.
Man. But
I got my standard edition black t-shirt on.
You know what I'm saying? To let y'all know, Kenny does own several black tees.
I own like 25 black t-shirts.
Bro, you gave me your website where you get your shirts from.
Yeah.
Ordering something, John. You're gonna start seeing me in the basics as well. I'm more of a V-neck guy when it comes down to the tees, though. But you about to start seeing me in the basics.
It's because you got that. It's because you got that chocolate skin, bro. Like you don't want to see that in V-neck.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, type shit. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, man. But
type shit.
But bro, shout out to my boy Penny Hardaway, man. You know it's hard enough. It's hard enough being a black man in Memphis, man. And then we have to be a black man in Memphis on top of being the head coach of the University of Memphis basketball team. It's just hard, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Be a beloved son, man.
Yeah, and kid, I'm gonna take you back in time. I'm gonna take you back in time.
Take me back in time.
I remember being probably a teenager, and it was somebody in the Washington D.C. Virginia area. My brother lived there at the time.
Right.
They were calling this gentleman the D.C. Sniper.
Oh yeah.
And he was just standing on the highway, you know, shooting people. He might pull up at Home Depot and just started shooting people, right?
No, the mug was in the back of a car. He had outfitted a car.
He was doing all kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
So I remember doing it at the time, man. I remember watching this at the time, worried about my brother who lived in the area.
Of course.
This is wild, bro. This is like, you know, this is a crazy story. A dude just randomly just standing in the cut and shooting people, right?
Right.
So I was like, man, what in the white boy type of shit is this, bro? I remember them type of thoughts going through my head, bro. Like, this got to be a white man. And then the pictures come out. Kenny Stubblefield. It's a black man and his son, I believe, that was doing this shit.
It was an army guy. His name was John something Muhammad, and he had basically coerced this young kid into a 17-year-old kid. Son? No.
Oh, okay. But I vaguely remember the story. But I remember being a black man. I remember it hurt my heart to see a brother doing these things, right? And I said, one day this is gonna be reversed. One day I'm gonna assume someone was a brother. It's gonna be a white guy. By God, the kid is Stubblefield.
Let me just give you the litmus test. If a crime happens and if it's a white dude, most of the time there's gonna be something burning. There's going to be something freaky deaky, and there's going to be something like someone's skin's going to be eaten off or something like that. Right. Like that's how white dudes roll.
Well, it's going to be a crime when they call him a pirate.
A pirate. A pirate. Jack Sparrow.
Of course they call a robbery that a white man commits some piracy.
If it was a black guy, it'd be like some gangland, gangland.
They call it theft. They call it robbery.
He said pirate.
He's got a porch pirate. He just made a cool ass nickname. I visited New York, man. They were talking about dudes that were subway surfing. I was like, wait, subway surfing is a real thing.
Subway surfing. What a cool name.
Right.
Surfing. What were you in jail for? Surfing subways.
That's some crazy shit, bro.
What are you in jail for? Pirating Porsches?
Porch pirating. Anything that's like bad that has like what's it called? With the first letter is like two words who had the same sound or the same spelling.
Oh, alliteration.
Yeah, alliteration. Yeah, like booty bandit. You know, they just say. But yeah, man. But anyway, let's bring it back, man. So I cut on the news and I hear a story about. No, I look on Twitter because you sent me a tweet. And this story says a man robs Penny's. At first, I thought somebody broke in Penny's house.
Right,
I found that that's not what happened at all because that could have been very scary. But basically, somebody saw some deliveries on Penny Hardaway's porch, stole those deliveries. That's what you call a porch pirate. And I said, yeah, it's probably a brother. It's probably a brother.
That's why. Was that why you're quiet about it for about?
Yeah, I had nothing to say.
A good 10 hours.
I was feeling down, right? Because you know I'm an advocate for the city. And when stuff happened, I'm like, oh man,
man.
here's another, knock against us. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Look up.
Then you saw it was
Gilbert looking.
Some Goldberg looking at.
I see some damn
some Goldberg in a sleeveless tee.
I see some damn dirty. You remember Dirty White Boy, the wrestler? You remember that?
Some Joe Dirt looking dude.
So dude, they looking like what's his name that passed away? The wrestler that passed away. Oh man, Bray Wyatt looking motherfucker come out here with a damn. Bro, this is a crap.
And then you went off.
The fact that this story is not global, bro. I like, bro, this story. Because I was talking to my friend Kevin Cerrito, right? He's been guest hosting with Jeffrey Wright. He's been doing Jeffrey Wright show. Right. So I'm telling him about the story. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, bro, it is dead days of summer. How are y'all not talking about Penny Hardaway getting robbed?
Penny Hardaway got robbed, man.
He said they didn't even talk about it. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, bro, what planet am I on where this is not a global story, bro? There's a freaking MAGA militia man walking through Penny Hardaway's neighborhood with a grocery cart stacked up,
full of unreleased phone posits,
like,
bro.
What am I looking at, bro?
What are we doing?
Like, what am I looking at?
What is happening right now?
I'm like, oh god, y'all got some dude looking like a damn PE coach. Oh god. Man, I'm tripping, bro, because it's the whole story was completely crazy, right? So then, Kenny Stubblefield, I started tuning into the world famous Bluff City Media Discord where you can join. This might be a great time to join.
Well, let me give you a little background, okay? Right. This is an example of how small of a big city Memphis is.
Oh, Memphis is a hilarious city, bro. Because of what you're saying.
Like it's a big city. Like we are
mega Mayberry, bro.
Mega Mayberry.
For real.
So I get a text message on Tuesday night. And it's some pictures of some unreleased phone posits that look similarly, like very eerily similar to some porch pirated phone posits.
Right.
And it's a guy that tells me I was contacted about buying these. And my response was,
the guy didn't buy the shoes.
He did not buy the shoes. Mm-hmm. He had a picture of the shoes, but did not buy the shoes. And I'm like, what in the actual hell are you doing with a picture of those stolen shoes? Right. It turns out, and I'm trying to be
try not to go to jail.
Like, I'm trying to be very judicious in how I tell this story because none of it makes sense, Anthony. Like, none of it makes sense. Yeah. From what there are shoes that were stolen off of Penny's porch that were found in a bush outside of Penny's house.
What? Nah, okay. Well, hold on, bro. Now, okay, so the story. Okay, let me catch y'all up too. The fact that this is not dominating the news is the craziest thing to me. Okay, so this dude got arrested, right? And they said
today he got arrested today,
right? They said we're not sure whether the shoes have actually been returned or not. Like I remember reading it in the headline. I haven't read any updates to it. So you're saying that there's a guy out here selling the shoes on the town, but he's also not the dude who stole the shoes. And they said he said he found them in the manger, like the baby.
In the manger, he found these shoes in a bush,
a burning bush,
a burning bush.
What are you talking about, bro?
And so
the shoes called it, like, hey, Penny, it's me. With Little Penny.
It's me. Little Penny. It's Little Penny.
Chris Rock voice called him into the wilderness for 40 days.
Now,
what are you talking about?
Let me just
no, man, stop.
Kind of behind the scenes.
No, what are you talking about, bro?
Just kind of, I just want to give some advice. All right.
If you hear Chris Rock's voice in the wilderness, ignore that shit, man.
Ignore it. Don't.
Oh,
don't.
Hey, Gilbert. No, it wasn't Gilbert. Gilbert's in jail.
So from what I understand, the person who found them in the bush is not the person who is all over the internet pictured stealing them off of Penny's porch.
But the dude who stole them literally looks like the guys who call Penny a DEI hire in the Facebook groups.
Oh,
like,
1,000%.
He looks like one of the dudes that like hates Penny in the Tiger Facebook groups.
Right. The Memphis Tiger. No.
I think it might be your boy Jason Real. You know who that is?
Oh God! Stop.
I don't know that dude.
Wow.
He's crazy.
No.
He's crazy.
No. But no.
Have you found out that man would have got Penny shoes?
But
it might be Justin Wimmer.
I just want to give some advice, man. I want to give some advice.
Oh, God.
Memphis is such a beautiful city.
And
that if you just so happens to get yourself in a situation where you might be in possession of stolen property.
You follow up on some boxes of phone posits, and you're nowhere near the Nike factory.
Right.
You're nowhere near trains or buses.
But you're really close to Penny's house.
Penny Hardaway.
I will give one piece of advice. Don't pick them up. Number 2,
don't try to sell them.
Let the streets handle it.
Yeah.
Right? Like the streets tried to handle this without getting the police involved.
Okay. So now you're saying the police are involved.
The police, well, they just arrested the dude, right?
Okay.
So the police are absolutely involved.
Right.
But
I can recap what you're saying. I think we may be going over some people's head because you're going over my head for sure. But
a little bit. It is such a wild story, man.
Let me back it up. Let me back it up and recap. So you're saying that Joe Dirt stole these pairs of shoes.
Well, I mean, there's pictures of him with a shopping cart.
Yeah, he had boxes of something.
Boxes of shoes.
I don't think there's Penny's Sheen order that he stole.
No, it's not his.
It's probably some
not his Louis Vuitton order.
And his Temu order of hot Cheeto jackets.
Right.
but Penny's shoes got stolen. There's a guy saying sent me a picture of these, but it's not the guy that got arrested.
No, it's not the guy who got arrested.
He's saying that his guy who's trying to sell these shoes says that he was walking he lives in Penny Hardaway neighborhood, and something called him into the wilderness, and he found these boxes of Penny Hardaway's shoes near Penny Hardaway's house. Right. And now he's trying to sell them. No, he's not trying to sell them. No,
he's trying to figure out what to do with them.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to figure out what to do with them.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get a pair of 10 and a half. How can I get in on that? Penny. Yeah.
No. Might I suggest
we try to get these shoes back in your hands, Penny.
Might I suggest you don't touch them?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I had to turn them 10 and a halves down. Penny,
I want to really.
I walk this all Nike, Penny. I don't fool around, man.
I want to go off and tell the whole story of the whole back and forth and what's going down, all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to put my guy out there like that. But man.
But if you join the world famous Bluff City Media Discord for the low price of $5,
you can see the entire story unfold, and it is. So while that story was unfolding,
look at these white boys. This shit funny.
While that story was unfolding in Discord, it was also unfolding in my phone.
Right,
and I'm sitting there.
People will say, "Hey man, do the right thing, bro. Get those back to Penny."
And I'm sitting there going, like, Anthony, I can't tell you how many times yesterday my jaw was on the floor, like. What are you doing right now?
I was like, quit calling me, bro, because I don't want to hear this shit.
You're like, I want to be innocent in my naivete.
I got your phone tapped. I ain't trying to have nothing to do with it.
Man. Anyway.
So they come and get me with a Penny Hardaway shirt on, and I'm getting arrested. That'd be a pretty bad look.
Oh, God, dude.
Oh, man.
I don't know where else to go other than just to give the whole story, and I don't want to do that. So
no, we ain't doing it, man.
Yeah.
Wild story, though. But, yeah, the plot thickens. Is all the plot.
Joe Dirt got arrested today.
Yeah.
Hopefully Penny gets his shoes back. And
so basically what we're saying is we have very good reasons to believe that the shoes are separated from Joe Dirt.
At least a few of them are. At least a few of them are.
That's the Jackal. What was that dude's name? The Skinner on WWF back in the day. You remember the Skinner? No. I think the Skinner was Dirty White Boy. I think Dirty White Boy and the Skinner were the same dude.
Devon Dudley.
Yeah, Devon. Yeah. No, Billy Ray.
Billy Ray. That's
Billy Ray Dudley.
Billy Ray Dudley looking at
Leon, get the grocery cart. We're some porch pirates today, Devo. But yeah, man, crazy story. Penny will get his shoes back. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure the justice will be served. And Penny will get his shoes. But yeah, wild story, man. Wild story. But we had that on top of John Morant got his he dropped the video with Zach Edey. I'm gonna talk about that with my guest, who I'll talk to after the break. My boy Evan Hayes, man, of Silent Media Group. Also, of course, y'all know him from No Bluffin Podcast with my boy Chris Ingram, man. They do it each and every Monday. Looking forward to talking to Evan. I gotta talk to him about his boy Noah Lyles too, man. I know this is one of his personal heroes.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Evan runs. He's a track athlete, big time track athlete. So I'm sure he has some things to say. I know I tune in. I hear him defending this guy a lot on Chris's show. But man, Penny, we praying for you, bro. Hope you get your shoes back for real, because this is a wild story, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just scared. I'm just glad ain't no black dude that did this shit. I'm like, we've done enough. We've had enough. We've had to deal with enough out here, man.
Bunch of wild ass white dudes out here doing crazy stuff.
Man, if I live in the Penny Hardaway neighborhood, I saw some phone pots. Last thing I'm gonna do is leave with them.
Just pick them up.
Say these are clearly pennies.
These are clearly.
They probably had Penny Hardaway's name on the label somewhere too, bro. Hey, bro, stop playing, bro. Go get that man his shoes back, bro, for real. But there is a dude in the city. We know for a fact that there's a dude in the city who has possession of the shoes and was trying to move them because he was asking the dude, "Do you want them?" Hey, man, get some. Hey, Memphis is a hell of a town, bro. That's all I can say.
Hell of a town.
Right before 901 day, Yeah, man, we about to take a break, man. When we come back, my boy Evan Hayes is gonna be in the building for the sit down with Sain. Ask him, does he have the pennies? Out here, man. Has he seen them junks? We'll talk about that more when we get back on Anthony the Sain show. See you guys in a minute.
The buzzword phrase of the day is implied authority. But here's the argument that's coming back from the ACC is that he had implied authority to be able to do that based on previous decisions that had been made and were agreed upon by the universities. So things could get squirrely here.
The ACC has bylaws stating that if anything changes with the media deal, they all have to be notified and agree on it. Even if he has applied authority, that means he could sign it without them. The ACC bylaws don't state that.
If he has implied authority to be able to make those decisions in terms of a media deal, he signs it and he just has to make them aware. That doesn't give them authority to veto it, right? Like they can't veto that if that's true. But if they have to sign off on it, then that the implied authority argument is null and void.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
No Christmas Day game for the Grizzlies. And not that upset me. I mean, I'm fine not playing on Christmas. But it just keeps feeling like it's piling up that we are a forgotten team, and we're a forgotten team with a forgotten star. This is the year to remind them. LFG! Exclamation point.
Dang, you started like that today. Okay.
Let's go.
It's
the Remind Me tour.
Hey, no
Grizzlies are on tour this season. It's the Remind Me tour. Go ahead and start the hashtag. Hashtag Remind Me. Because the Grizzlies are going to remind them who they are.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony the Sain show. Today I have a very special guest, man. It's one of my guys, man. He's from a Silent Media Group, a young man that drew my attention a while ago. And I had to get close to this brother, man. I know he has a bright future, and I know we're going to see that future come to pass very soon, man. You can watch him each and every Monday on the No Bluffin Podcast with him and Chris Ingram here on Bluff City Media. Very proud of this young man. I want to get him on so we can talk talk basketball, talk Grizzlies, all those things and more. This is my man, Evan Hayes. Evan, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, my boy Sain? I appreciate you letting me get on the show. I ain't been on the show in a few months, so it's good.
Man.
It's good. It's been.
This your first time by yourself, right? I know you came in here with Michael before.
Yeah, this is my first time because when it was like Christmas break, I think during the holidays when I came home last time. So rocking the solo dolo, shout out my boy Micah. What's up, rocking the solo dolo? But I'm happy to be here, bro. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. Good to have you on today, man. A lot of stuff going on with the Memphis Grizzlies. Let me just go ahead and get the most important things out of the way. Everyone has been super excited. We've had an orgasmic experience almost. Zach Edey and Ja Morant workout videos, they're all a buzz. Everybody's talking about that right now, man. Videos came out. They were what's the word I'm trying to say? They did have a professional cameraman.
Heavily edited. Shout out now. Shout out now.
It was staged to a certain extent, but it wasn't rest. It wasn't like we were watching, something that was predetermined. Yeah. These guys actually were getting out there, and we saw Ja Morant and Zach Edey doing their thing out there, working out in their workout video, and it was incredible, bro. Like it was just to see this Mammoth man, Zach Edey, who looks like he's lost weight since summer league, man. Looks
like slimmed down, and toned up too.
He looked good. Ja looked good. We saw a lot of stuff that was super exciting, man. What are your thoughts on that video and just the overall, just even like the leadership of Ja Morant to get with Edey and make that happen?
I think it's just a testament of where this team wants to go, and I feel like where this team will go in the next 3 to 5 years. Because Ja didn't, like as you said, Ja didn't have to reach out to Edey beforehand. They didn't have to make that connection. So the fact that Ja wants to do that, it's showing that he's growing as a leader. It's showing that he's leaving all the BS behind. He's leaving all the stuff he shouldn't be indulging in. To me, just the fact that they want to do that. But looking at the video, it's just the thing that we all want to see. It's just the dreams that we all want to see of Edey and Ja working together. It's just coming to fruition before our eyes. It's even going to grow when we get into the season. So I loved it. I loved every single minute. I loved the actions that would work with the DHOs and the screens. I loved seeing all that. We just hope Taylor Jenkins can implement that into his offense, but I feel like he will because you have a 7'5" behemoth and Ja Morant. It's kind of hard to not implement that into your offense. But I loved it, man. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I cannot stress enough how excited I am to see these two work along with everyone else in the Grizzlies, man. And I feel like this the year, man. Like, real talk. I'm not gonna get to speaking hyperbole too much, but just seeing that, it got me hyped that this could be the potential, that dynamic duo that can lead this team to a championship in the next 1, 2, 3 years, Yeah,
it's scary, man, to see those two guys. And Zach Edey, a guy who just has a killer mentality. Like,
for sure.
He wants to be great. He wants to win. And to see him combined with Ja, a guy who's in the same ilk, the same type of mental state, the same mental makeup as a guy like Ja Morant. So I think it's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be really fun to see those guys out there. And you talked about the leadership aspect of it with Ja. Like you said, regardless of how staged this might have been, like I said, this ain't a movie. It's like they were actually out there playing basketball, and we saw the good, and the bad we probably didn't see. But we saw Ja really taking leadership, just really get up with him, and this could have not happened. That's the alternative of it. But Ja got with him, made this happen, and it's just good to see, man, because Ja's played with Steven Adams, he's played with Jonas Valanciunas. Two guys that were much older than him when they got around him, veteran guys. And now Ja's the veteran. He's got to get the rookie and get him up to speed to say, hey, man, it's important that we get this two-man game going, and they're making it happen. Something I really wish Ja would have done with Jaren many years before.
Why did he do it?
They never had a two-man game. Maybe Ja didn't have a good videographer at the time. I don't know. But we never saw Ja and Jaren do these type of things. But, hey, I'm not mad because I think Jaren's a 4. You know what I mean? I think he'll probably be better suited as a 4. I can think of a lot of good lineups. I heard you guys talking about this too. I can think of a lot of good lineups where Jaren is at the 5, but I think for this team, with Zach Edey on this team, you got to let Zach, do his thing. So yeah, like I do like how you pulled out the leadership aspect of what Ja's doing. In other Grizzlies stuff, a lot of reports are starting to come out about media members are saying, hey, you other guys, y'all are sleeping on the Grizzlies, right? And Vegas is saying, no, they're not. This is where the Grizzlies are going to be. And ESPN said, no, they're not sleeping. This is where the Grizzlies are. And some people are saying, the Grizzlies, they're not going to, they didn't do enough and all these type of things.
It's a lot of mixed reviews on the Grizzlies offseason for some reason.
I think anybody who's saying the Grizzlies aren't going to be good as hell is out of their mind.
Dumb as hell. That's all I got to say.
Give us more details what you think about people who are sleeping on the Grizzlies.
To be honest with you, man, I kind of love it. to be real with you, like I love the dark moment mentality. I love the underdog mentality. I feel like the Grizzlies as a franchise, Memphis as a city works better when we had the ox. I said the ox. Well, the odds stacked up against us. You know, the ox was there.
Man. We can't listen to our damn music, man.
Can't do that.
Can't connect to the Bluetooth, man.
No more young boy in the forum for like
exactly.
But anyway. They took the Hawks from everybody.
We went from coming out to 3-6 Mafia to Nas. Like they took all that away from us
for no reason. But anyway,
like Nas, like Kanye West Nas.
No, it's Nas, like not prom Nas, like washed up Nas. Not
Nas. What's the producer he with now?
Who is he with? He ain't with Mustard.
Who is it? No, who is it?
He ain't with Mustard. He ain't with Hitmaker. He ain't with Metro. He ain't with.
I can't think, man.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's Kanye. It's like it was Kanye West Nas.
Yeah, like. But I love it, bro. Like, I love the dark mode mentality that's going on with the team. And I feel like that chip on the shoulder that the team has is going to just push us forward. I feel like in that 21-22 season, not the 22-23, but 2022 season, that's when the vibes were best, when everybody's like, we're coming, we're hunting everybody. Mm-hmm. When we had the pressure of, like, people come for us now, and Ja was at this point, like, that's when a lot of bad stuff got into the team, I feel like just around the franchise, you know? So honestly, I love it. Keep sleeping on us, because when them 12 men go out and we're kicking folk tail, then people gonna come on our side. And as Ja used to say, stay on that side. You feel me? So I'm honestly I don't feed up to it. Like, I've seen some guys say we're gonna go 47 and 45, and like, bro, no, we're easily can be a 50-win team this year. I don't see, if we take the regular season seriously, which I feel like we're kind of 50-50 on, because we've shown we can be a 50-win team, we should easily be a top 4 team. 50-win team in the West.
Yeah. I think they want to be high in the standings. I think they want to be 1-2. I think that's the goal of theirs. Yeah, to get back there again. But after people said they're going, I think they're going to try to win as many regular season games as possible. And I agree with you about the whole thing about we play our best when we're like the underdogs, all that type of stuff, right? But even that type of stuff has an expiration date on it to me, because it's like that's not going to last long. Because if you come in and you're kicking everybody's ass, you're going to go from the 100 to the 100 real fast. Like that's going to happen mid-season. Like people are going to start looking at you different. So. And because that's what's happened to us every year. We've had these seasons where people thought we wasn't going to do much. Then we start playing well. But come playoff time, nobody's sleeping on you no more. They're trying to take you out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they have to be able to play
adjust.
Well. Whether people sleep on them or not.
It's all and I agree with you. It's all about pivoting and making that mental shift, you know, and not being complacent. So I feel like, especially that second season, when Ja was first going through all this, I feel like the team was kind of in coast mode for a little bit, you know, just how it seemed off from the outside perspective. You know, Sunday they were just coasting, they were just kind of complacent with being top 2 seed, yada yada, because they was like their talent and their vibes on. You could say we're just gonna push them, prepare them to playoffs. But you ran into the Lakers, it didn't go that way. But I feel like since the team has mentality now, this championship or bust, I feel like that shift will happen. Because all you hear everybody say is, if we're healthy, we're in the championship. Jaren saying championship or bust. I feel like that's what Zach Kline is even saying it. I feel like that's the vibe of this team now. So I really don't see that drop off we've seen happen, you know, over the past few years once people come on notice. But as of right now, I think we had a great offseason, man. I feel like we plugged all the pieces that we probably needed to. I'm ready for the season now. I don't really get caught up in all the predictions because it's just people with their opinions, and most of the time opinions be wrong. So that's just kind of how I see it, bro, to be honest with you.
Another criticism the Grizzlies are getting, of course, like you said, is the offseason. David always just say we had the worst
offseason.
Which is a joke. Like, there's no way. Like, there's
terrible.
No way. Because if Zach Edey's a guy who literally all he can do is set screens and rebound, it's not a bad draft pick. If he doesn't score at all, you know, he brought him in to do exactly what we need him to do. And you bring one of the best shooters in the league back. You didn't make any bad moves, any bad signings, no bad money. So I don't know how you could call this a bad offseason. What are other things we could have did? Sure. But were there areas where we had weaknesses where you really need to upgrade or replace guys? You don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've never seen this version of the Grizzlies. We've never seen a Grizzlies team with Marcus Smart, Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson, John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. We've never seen. And then you get Zach Edey, who could be a monster. So I don't really think – I think all those criticisms are wrong. So what were your thoughts on the offseason? Were there anything that you would like to see them do that they didn't do, or like what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
Overall, I would give our offseason a B+. You know, I feel like we made every move that we needed to make. Of course, the Grizzly fan of me was like, I wish we could have made one more move, maybe like another big swing on a wing, or maybe a solidify more backup point guard. But like, I feel like that's just beggars can be choosers at that point. You know, And I see that a lot on Grizzlies Twitter and just Grizzlies social media. Like everybody just think we just press a red button and make this move happen because we need this guy.
Right.
That's not how the world or just the league works. Right. What we needed was a solidified big man. We got that. And we need to increase or keep our first spacing with re-sign Luke Kennard. We did that. Right. Everything else was that we saw last year was off of health. And if everyone's come back healthy, we don't really have any glaring weaknesses on this team. Of course, knock on wood that we have health. So I'll give it a B+, man. Like, I feel like we have put together the most talented roster in Memphis Grizzlies history, hands down. Like, I love the grit and grind days. I love it to the death. That was my childhood. But I'm taking this team against any of those teams.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I heard Jason and John on Jason and John show. They were talking about the same thing. John Barber was like, bro, this grit and grind team would get smacked by this next gen team. I think they would too, man. Like that. Yeah. The NBA has just moved forward, bro. And like when I was a big G&G grit and grind Grizzlies fan, I remember the types of teams that would blow us out of the water, and it was teams like us. Like we couldn't deal with these type of teams, and I think we would see the same thing if this team took on that team as well. So yeah, I think I'm with you on that, man. Like I don't. And as far as off season goes, like I said, there are things you could have done, but what are you doing? Are you saying you're moving on from Vince? You're moving off of Vince Williams. You're moving away from G.G. Jackson. Like your guys are your guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. How you upgrading something you've never seen? Yeah, so I think we're on the same thing.
Yeah, no thing I really could have seen, like again, like beggars can be choosers. If we could have consolidated some of those other guys on the bench, but we got rid of Zaire, so a lot of people wanted that. I was one of those guys too. Yeah, but like you can say, like if you want to get rid of John Conchar or LaRavia, even though Zach Kleiman loves LaRavia for some reason, like those type of guys on the end of the bench, you could have maybe got rid of them, but hey, sometimes you need some fodder at the end of the bench. Yeah, think about it. People gotta want those guys. Who wants a John Conchar? Who wants a Jake LaRavia right now? So you can't just move guys in and out. You have to think about what we're getting back and we have to take on. And I feel like how the roster was consolidated and set up, once we signed Luke and once we got Edie, we kind of just put ourselves in a box about like, hey, I think we're good, There wasn't really a lot of move to maneuver. I don't feel like that was beneficial for us at that point, that we weren't going to give. Because if you're going to trade John Conchar, you're probably going to get off of Marcus Smart or G.G. Jackson or Vince Williams. You're getting off one of those guys. That's going to severely tank your team at that point. So I think when people give us like a bad grade, I feel like they just want those just unrealistic moves or just the teams that they just, if you could press a button and those things could change, but that's not realistic. Or they just don't watch basketball enough to understand how this team is constructed. Either one of those two things. But
you got a 10-man rotation of dudes that are really good. So it's like if you bring a guy in who's out of this rotation,
who's going out, yeah, exactly.
And I just think anything that you want to do, you got the whole season to do it. If we come out here and you're like, okay, Vince, GG, Marcus Smart, these guys, Marcus Smart is ready, but he might not be the ideal fit. But Vince ain't good enough, GG ain't good enough. You have those tools in hand to make a move. I think making that move before you even see what you got is crazy. And that part of it, people just aren't discussing. With that being said, though, man, a lot of people we know who four of our starters are going to be for sure. Technically, we know 5, but people like to have this. But, people know who 4 of our starters are for sure. Ja's going to start, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey is going to start. But a lot of people are debating about who that 5th starter is going to be. And I don't say small forward is going to be because it's either going to be a true small forward or it's going to be a 3rd guard if Marcus Smart starts. So I just call it the 5th center because I'm not going to try to tell you that Marcus Smart's a small forward because he's not. He's definitely playing a 3-guard offense, 3-guard starting lineup. So with that being said, between Marcus Smart, Vince Williams, and G.G. Jackson, well, maybe another guy on the bench that you want to start. I don't know who that would be. I don't know you want to start. Whatever you're doing, start Asante. I heard people say start Asante. But who would be your 5th starter beside those 4?
Before I say what I got to say, I want to put this out there. Whoever we start is not a bad option at all. I feel like
whoever start don't even matter if you want to be
right.
It's a real silly conversation.
Honestly. It's a very silly conversation because I've always gone on the precedent, especially when it comes to basketball. It's not who starts, who finishes the games. Mm-hmm. Depending on the lineup, all 3 of those guys can finish the game depending on what we need. So whoever gets called out with the start lineup, it really doesn't matter. All those guys can be playing around the same minutes. Their roles are somewhat similar, and they're not going to be a vital point. They're not going to be a top 3 guy on the offensive end either way. So just putting that out there, this really doesn't matter. But since we're talking about it, if I was Taylor Jenkins, I'm going off of what we saw last year, and I'm on a GG Jackson train. I've been on that since last year. I think just having another 6'10" guy that can put the ball on the floor and create offense is just something you just can't get every day. You know, yes, GG Jackson's very young. Yes, he has some ill-advised shot selection sometimes. Yes, he gets lost on defense sometimes, but he's 20 years old. That happens, you know. And then he was playing that basketball on a team where he was more than likely the vital part of the offense outside of Jaren Jackson Jr. So being now that he'll be made a 4th or 5th option on the floor, he can just play his role, knock down shots we need to, cut to the basket and slash. So that's what I would add. And coming off the bench, I think Smart, his role is best leading that second unit. Could he play with the starters? For sure. Will he play with the starters? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm just more confident in him with the ball in his hands outside of Scottie Pippen Jr. or Derrick Rose. Yeah. Not saying those guys are slow, but Marcus Smart has shown that he can make good decisions with the ball in his hands, and he works better with the ball in his hands. If you start Marcus Smart, he's not going to have the ball in his hands more than John Morant for sure, and maybe not even Desmond Bain, depending on if Des is hot or not. So how are you using him the best? Coming off the bench. And when we first got Smart, I was with the 3-guard rule. Like, I was super into that. But after really thinking about it, we're not going to maximize him the best in that starting lineup. You know, he can still go in there and guard whoever and guard the other team's best player. He still can do that. It's 40 minutes in the game. You can do that. I just don't see him maximize his potential on the offensive end on the starting lineup. Come to Vince Williams. My bad. One thing about Vince Williams.
Go ahead.
Vince Williams, he can play wherever. He can play 40 minutes. He can play 10 minutes. He gonna impact the game regardless. Out of anybody, that's the dude I'm least worried about. I feel like you have to be careful who you play GG with and how you play him. Same thing with Marcus Smart. With Vince, he's gonna be Vince regardless. He's gonna be Black Air Force energy. He's gonna be a dog on defense. He's gonna do what he can on the offensive end, just causing havoc and impacting the game. So if anybody who I don't care where they play him is Vince Williams, because he's gonna impact the game regardless. He's one of those guys you can just plug in with any lineup with any 4 guys on the floor. He's gonna make a positive impact. So that's my take on GG, but that's like the reasons why I would have GG over Vince and Smart.
Yeah, I really don't care one way or another. I think it's gonna be Marcus Smart, and I get what you're saying about him being a ball handler. But people have to also remember, if Marcus Smart starts, he's also going to be the first guy subbed out. Like he'll probably the first dead ball, like first 4 minutes of the game, he's coming out because he would have to come back in. He'd have to rest
second unit. Yeah,
job, you know what I mean. So that's another reason why I really don't think it matters. But I would like to have guys at that position who are known, proven perimeter defenders, and I just don't think Gigi's best suited if we're putting them in that role, because Ja can't do it, Bane can't do it. Somebody's got to guard somebody on the perimeter. You're playing Dallas in this Kyrie and Luka. I mean, who's you know what I mean? What am I doing with Gigi? I'd rather use Gigi in another way. But like I said, but if Gigi's a starter, I'm not mad at that either. You know what I mean? And like I said, I still think it's a question mark if Marcus Smart is going to be on this team the entire season, period. I just think he's got 2 more years left on his deal this year plus another year. I could definitely see the Grizzlies making a decision to move off of him now as opposed to having to deal with him as a free agent in a couple of years. So, yeah. And I can just see them making room for other guys or just making a total upgrade in their position. So, yeah.
I completely get your perspective on Smart starting. It makes logical sense on the defensive end. It does. I just feel like because like I said, who matters about who finished the game, who starts the game more. I don't feel like those first 5-6 minutes is gonna matter that much when we have the talented team that we have around Ja, around Dez, that we can amend those first few minutes of the game without Smart being in the game.
I can take your side on all of this. Like all these conversations people have about who that guy could be, I could take any side of the argument and agree. Because like here's another thing too. If Jaren Jackson Jr. is your 4 and Zach Edey is your 5, do you really need a lot of, because your defense still could be pretty ridiculous just because you got those on the court too.
Exactly.
Especially if Jaren's actually able to roam because he can damn near guard the perimeter with his length and defensive prowess. So, so it's definitely something to talk about.
For sure.
You, of course, do your show with my man Chris Ingram, No Bluffin Podcast. My favorite show on Bluff City Media. I ain't gonna lie to you. I check you guys out a lot. Especially some of the clips you guys put out. Love you guys' chemistry. Love what y'all do. Tell us more about No Bluffin and what we can see there. And also, what are some of your long and short-term goals in this media and content creating lane that you're in right now?
When it comes to first of all, shout out you for that Cole's kind words. You know how I feel about you and Chris. So you know that's love regardless. But when it comes to No Bluffin, I just want to say I shout out Chris for just helping me with the platform just to do this, you know. But you can just expect two guys that love the Grizzlies that don't agree on everything. That are just gonna be real and authentic about whatever they got to say. I feel like a lot in the media game, especially in the Memphis media game, a lot of people are so cookie cutter. They don't want to be too politically incorrect. I don't want to say that because it's like election season and all that. But like they afraid to go against the grain. I feel like what sets me and Chris apart with other people in this space, not just talking about Bluff City, just talking about just the Memphis media space in general. It just we're not afraid to say things that everybody may not agree with, or maybe guys in the front office may not like, or guys on the team may not like, or they may love, or people just too afraid to say. We're gonna be authentic. We're gonna be real, and we're gonna disagree. We're gonna agree on a lot of things, and I feel like that's a thing that you can never ever trade, just authenticity. That's why I like your show so much, because you just be sane, you know. Yeah. And I don't like people that try to put on a facade when they're on camera. Like, if you got something to say it. If you're entertaining, you're entertaining. If you're not, you're not. Yeah. I'm not trying to play a character when I'm on the show. Chris isn't playing the character. He's for dang sure Chris not playing the character.
There's some real characters out here in this market.
Yeah. We're just being us. And I can even say sometimes Chris be more lit than me sometimes. I was trying to reel Chris in, and he just be going off. Yeah. And that's one thing I love about Chris. Just too.
We ain't trying to be no avatars out here, man.
Exactly.
In this fraternity we in, man. Sure.
Exactly. But also two guys that also know ball. Like, we're not just saying things just because we feel these things. Like, we have experience playing the ball. We understand ball on a deep level, I feel like, rather than the average Joe out here, that we can give y'all both. Like, we can give y'all the exciting hyperbole stuff we may be talking, but we also break down the game and see what works, who does what well, who doesn't well. We can go from there. So that's why I love Bluff City, and I love doing the No Bluffing, because we just come with a different angle. When it comes to the long and short term, I would love to do this on a level where I am representing the Grizzlies and talking the Grizzlies, or just doing Memphis sports in general, whether that's working for the Grizzlies themselves or commercial appeal, just any type of. I just want to be around the city. I love the city to death. I grew up in it. I'm not saying I'm going to be here for my whole life, but I want to put into the city that put into me. You know, I want to cover the things that I've been watching for my whole life. So that's short term. Long term, I want y'all to see me on ESPN. I want y'all to see me on Fox. I feel like I can give the analyst role a different perspective and a different vibe than most guys aren't doing these days. You know, not trying to brag, but I don't think you see a lot of 20-year-old guys speaking the game the way I do. I don't think you see a lot of 21 guys presenting themselves the way I do. And I feel like I can bring a perspective to the analyst role that a lot of people can't do, at least when I get 23, 24, 25, 26 years old. So that's the long term, man. Like, being in some type of major city. If it's Memphis, that's great. If it's not, that's great too. Just being Evan Hayes from Memphis, Tennessee, showing where I'm from, being proud where I'm from, but also giving you concrete, great sports talk. And you may not like everything I got to say. That's cool. But you're going to at least respect what I got to say. And that's what I want. I want people to respect what I'm coming into the table, know I got something to say when I step into a room or turn on the camera, and go from there. So that's short and long term, man. Like, I'm still a youngin' in this game.
Oh, yeah, man. Are you 21 years old? How old are you?
I'm not even 21 yet. I'm 20, man.
That's what I thought.
I'm still young. I'm still trying to learn from everybody. Like, I feel like I've done decent for myself so far, but I know I have a lot more to go. Like, a lot more to go. Sure. Just still trying to learn from everybody that I can get in touch with, and just trying to build a community around me that can pour into me, so I can give back and put my other people on when I get to your age and Chris's age and all that. So it just come around full circle for me, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure. This is my guy Evan Hayes. He's a member of Asylum Media Group, man, a young group of young people I mentee in this draft. I mean, not this draft, this content.
This draft is crazy.
I got the breeze on my brain. And, something I really applaud you for, man, commend you for, is when you were doing the show with Chris. When Chris came, you said he wants you to do the show. I know you are a college student. You know, you run track for your school. And I know you ain't just got a ton of money coming in, but just to see you sacrifice and saying, okay, I got to buy equipment. I need a good mic, like doing whatever you need to do to make your show pop and to make this work for you and Chris. You stepped up and did. I said, yes, that's a young man that gets it. No excuses. You're doing what you got to do. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you for sure. But final question for you, though, man. From my man, Evan Hayes. You can check him out on the No Bluffin Podcast. Your boy, man, Noah Lyles. I know you are a track star. Big time track athlete from here in the city of Memphis, doing your thing. Can't remember the school you go to, bro.
I go. I'm not getting into too much, but right now I go to Milligan University. That may not change in the next few months, but that's neither here or there.
Hey, you got to follow the money, man. You got to go with the scholarship.
We gonna keep it on there. Like, we got some things cooking. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, what you gotta say about my boy Noah, bro? What's your question, bro? Because these folks come for me. They been coming for me for defending my boy, man.
I'm gonna say this, bro, and I've been saying this for a while. Everywhere people have asked me, this is all I've had to say. With the people I've watched that were the guys that were the fastest man, it's just in America, whether you were Carl Lewis, Michael Johnson, whoever you were over the years, right? It is really hard to be a track and field athlete and to be that fast and to be the fastest man in the world and not to be liked. You really have to work hard to do it. Like, that is the easiest gig to be loved in the world, bro. Like, I've never seen that guy be a heel. I've never seen that guy be a villain. I think you got to work very hard. And I think the fact that he's this athlete now, and he's making points of contention with Anthony Edwards,
with other Adidas athletes.
And Tyreek Hill. I'm like, brother, either you're a genius and this is all a gag that y'all are doing together,
or you dumb.
Or you're a dumbass. and I'm leaning toward you might just be a dumbass. Because I'm not seeing Anthony Edwards say nothing back. I saw Tyreek Hill say, I want to race this dude now, but I don't. Maybe it's his genius plan that he's got that we ain't got a hold of yet. Because, bro, not only are you the fastest man in the world, you also got a bronze medal with full-blown COVID.
that's a good. That's a big accomplishment, bro.
Screw this man. Screw that dude. Like, no, man. That was not supposed to be the response. That man just ran the 200 meter with COVID. We supposed to be celebrating this man.
That's extremely hard to do. Like, people don't understand how hard that is.
That's supposed to be one of those great moments. Like when the guy cramped up and his daddy came and carried him over the line. That was probably one of them type of moments. Bro. You had COVID. People was like, oh, screw that, man. You third place ass bum you.
And third place in the label. That means you're the third fastest man in the world in that event. But yeah, people are like, yeah, you should have lost. Yeah, that's what you get for jumping around and stuff. Like, where did this? Oh my god, it's so funny. It's hilarious to see, bro.
So help me out, bro. Help me not think this dude is an idiot.
Okay. For everyone that says, because I've been catching flack myself on this because I am a Noah Lyles fan. For everyone that thinks
he's the greatest athlete in your craft, so
as a dumbass, you're not wrong, but I don't think he's that stupid because the thing is, he's having everybody tune in. Noah Lyles has said since he started turning professional, because he turned professional in like 2017, 2018, he wanted to maximize the sport because there was a hole in the sport when Usain Bolt retired. He said from that point, before he even got all the accolades and the gold medals, yada yada.
You said Usain Bolt.
Yeah. After Bolt retired, he wanted to be the face of the sport because there was a hole in the sport when Usain Bolt retired. So he's literally just putting out that plan to fruition. But now he has the accolades to go with it. Now he has the time to go with it. So he's doing what y'all want him to do: is tune in and talk about track and talk about him. When in his loss, a lot of people know who Keenan Ben-Eric is because he beat him. A lot of people know who Lasila Taboho is because they lost. A lot of people know who Shane Thompson is now because that's the people they wanted to beat Noah.
Yeah,
it's all. I'm not saying he has this whole evil plan laid out, but it's working though. I don't know Noah.
Right, get on the Wheaties box. Why you want to be hated on Twitter? Like, what? Come on, bro.
I think he's just saying. I don't think he's saying things because he wants to be hated. I feel like he's just saying things that he knows is gonna get people talking. But it's his honest feelings though. Like the whole world champion thing.
But Simone Biles has people talking, but people aren't rooting against Simone Biles.
Yes, because Simone Biles chooses the lanes that she wants to attack. Noah just wants to choose things that's gonna get people the most pissed off for some reason, which I don't understand.
I'm gonna tell you what I think he's doing, and you tell me if you think it's different. I think he does have a plan. I think he has a shitty deal with Adidas, and I think he's trying to get out of it.
I think I can see that. I think he's just trying to get more money from Adidas because he's been with Adidas for a long time. Like he's been Adidas because for everybody know he didn't go to college. He came straight out of high school and turned professional. And Adidas, the first sponsorship.
Yeah, he's probably got a kids deal with Adidas.
So he's probably been, but now since he has the American record in 200, now he sees the Olympic champion in 100. He probably just wants a bigger. He's trying to make his name bigger.
Yeah.
So Adidas can give. I can probably see it happening, or maybe he gonna sign with Nike or somebody like that.
Maybe he gonna sign with Kanye with Yeezy.
I can see him doing that. Oh my gosh, why did you say that? Oh my goodness, I can see that.
Flops up, toes out.
I just like with Noah, bro. I feel like anything's on the table with anything he does. Like this,
They have American flag tattooed. I mean, paint on his toes.
Like he brought out a Yukio deck to the American trials. Like who does that? But he's winning though. Like this is my thing for everybody.
He's
if y'all hate him so much, beat him. Like
right.
I don't care. Like yes, he lost 200, but what's the one race that everybody cares about? The 100. And he won that.
He's super young. He's got a long runway. No pun intended in front of him.
Yeah. So he's just gonna ride this until the sun goes out, man. Yeah. And we're feeding into his head. A new Netflix series, Sprint, is coming out in November, and he's gonna be the face of that. Why? Because people want to see that man lose. He just going back in a weird way. Like who? Okay, think about it. If I asked you 5 years ago, would you watch a Netflix series about track and field? Most people would say no. Like who cares? Now Netflix not only did a season 1 that went,
go watch it, I got you.
Yeah, like
get the premise you're trying to
yeah. But like enough people watched it, they renewed it for a season 2. Obviously, enough people watched it. So like, if you ask them, they're not gonna do that.
Here's the thing, too. You know, I'm in the wrestling business, right?
Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan, so I understand.
You got guys like Usain Bolt that were clear heels. He's a clear villain. Like he embraced being a villain. But he still was looked at as being the GOAT. There weren't people like with disdain towards Usain Bolt. I don't even know what Usain Bolt sounds like. I ain't never heard the You understand what I'm saying? But this dude is like intentionally like, I don't even know who Nikola Jokic is. All right, bro, stop. I mean, now you just
may not. I think
he's lying, bro.
He's lying.
How can you say that? He said that the guy that was the current NBA world champion. You said, how are they the NBA
champion
world
of
champion?
What?
The champion of what? Come on, man.
It's more than one way to get to the answer, bro. That's what I keep saying to people. It's more than one way to make an omelet. I feel like he does, bro.
I feel like he's burning up. I feel like he's burning up money, in my opinion. I think what he's doing is
I think he's doing the exact opposite because his followers are going up. People are tuning in more because people don't understand the Olympic trials. Forget the Olympics. 13.2 million people watch the Olympic trials because of why? Because he's running. Most people ever watching Olympics this year, or track and field portion, because people want to watch him run to either win or lose. So everything he's trying to do, he's doing it. He's going a weird way to go about it, but he's doing it. So I don't think he's burning money. I feel like he's making even more money. He didn't have 1 million followers before the Olympics started. Now he has over 1 million followers.
Well, shout out to Noah Lyles, man, and all this weirdness. It's weird.
He's weird as hell. Weird as hell.
He's the man. I'm not gonna act like he's not at the top of the hill right now, so I can't knock him.
One of the fastest men of all time, man. Like you can't knock that, bro.
Yeah, but he couldn't get out with Usain Bolt though. Usain Bolt would have left.
Oh no, it's over. No, people. This last time I'm saying this. Now we gotta get out of here. People try to compare Bolt to everybody. Bolt was he's just head and shoulders above everybody. He was an anomaly. Like he was 6'5", running 28 miles per hour at 200 pounds. Physics, that doesn't work. That's not supposed to work, bro. Like he ran 19 in a 200. People don't understand how fast that is. Like people try to think Tyreek Hill says no. Tyreek Hill and Usain Bolt would have been at least 15-20 meter gap. That's a lot of gap in track. Yeah. Like Usain Bolt ran 9.58 in 100. No one since him has even ran 9.6. That's a big difference in track. Yeah. So I feel like since Bo is just in the stratosphere by himself, people just stop talking about him because he's the undisputed GOAT and forever the GOAT unless someone just comes along and just takes that, which I really don't see happening in our lifetime. So people like throw that because that's like he is the precipice of track and field, but it's levels to it and no one's gonna reach that. So I don't really see the conversation because there is no conversation at that point, honestly. I'm
gonna throw something to you too. We're gonna wrap it up here. I saw an interesting YouTube video and a guy was talking about how track and field speeds they're getting slower. Like guys just aren't doing some of the speeds they were doing when Usain Bolt was there. He broke it down very simple. He was like, Usain Bolt was pushing dudes. Like he was going so fast, the dudes were breaking records behind him.
He was pulling people with him.
He was pulling people. Like, he was out in front, pulling guys. He said, "There's nobody that fast now. There's nobody that's going to pull guys to go to those levels of speed." So that's why you should appreciate Usain Bolt even more because he was going so fast. The guys were trying to catch him and were breaking they were breaking records. What they were doing and losing would have been records. They would have been faster than what guys are doing today.
You're completely right. People don't know this, but in his world record race when he 9.58, the number 2-time ran all time was in that race. And he lost. Like Tyson Gay ran the second fastest time of all time in the world and lost. Like that's why I was saying Usain Bolt is in the stratosphere by himself. Like it's nothing. Like I love Noah to death, but he's never hitting that. No one's ever hitting that. So it's the reason why guys getting slower besides like doping, and that's a whole nother conversation. Like people's on drugs, but you know, Usain Bolt never got busted for drugs, but everybody under him.
Too late now, bro. You find out now.
It's too late. But everybody, look at the list. Everybody under him got busted for drugs at least once in their career, but that's a whole different conversation. But now, like, we don't have a guy like you said that's just the standard. We don't have the standard. Track and field is so open as a sport now. They don't have anyone that's chasing. Everyone's trying to chase the ghost of Usain Bolt. That's what everybody's chasing now. We don't have a guy that's presently running. I guess that's what Noah's trying to be, but he's not doing a great job at it because he lost 200 of being that guy that everybody's chasing. It's like when LeBron was at his peak of his powers. Teams were constructing teams to stop that man because he was at the peak of his powers. And we saw probably one of the best eras of NBA basketball because people were building teams to stop him. We have a standard that's going on in the league. People are going to try to match that. Now track and field is so open as a sport now, like everyone's running these similar 9.7s, 9.8, which is still crazy fast as humans, obviously, but they're not touching the golden age of sprinting in the mid 2000s to the early 2010s. They're not touching that because the standard is gone. So until a standard comes around that's just going to be head and shoulders above everyone, we're going to keep seeing these times. And that's just, people got to be okay if that's the new reality we're living in right now.
Man, it's all good. This is my man, Evan Hayes. Check him out, man. Member of a solid media group, co-host of No Bluffin Podcast with my boy. Check him out, man. This is my guy.
I'm also gonna be writing this year too. I'm also gonna be back on my writing thing. Do game previews, game insights. Game previews, game reviews. I did some feature stories this summer. So I'm gonna do some more feature stories. Just about things going on within the team, you know. So just trying jack of all trades, man.
Yeah, man.
Tap in with your boy. Please do.
So check him out. Like I said, No Bluffin Podcast. Each and every Monday, him and Chris Ingram do have a great show. Check that out. Check out his work he does for Bluff City Media on the writing side this year as well. He's a member of the Silent Media Group, just doing his thing, man. My boy Evan Hayes, man. We'll see. We're about to take a break. When we come back, it's gonna be the 3-pointer here on the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
We sometimes don't go back to the old school, take advantage of your mismatch. And if you do it until the other team can stop it. A lot of times, even with the Grizzlies, I've seen where like we would have certain mismatch, we may go to it twice and we would go away from it just because of, I guess, coaching fatigue or play fatigue. We didn't do that back in the green grind era when Zach Randolph had a mismatch. We knew what was coming.
Jab.
So that's my thing with Edey. Like, if he has these mismatches and it's working, continue to feed him and allow him to pass out of the post, out of the double team, whatever they throw at him, and then we can kind of work from there. Don't overthink when Edey's out on the floor, especially late in game. If we play in a team that don't have a legit center, like I'm gonna throw somebody out there, the Warriors. What is Draymond gonna do at center trying to guard Zach Edey, bro?
Get 6 fouls in a tick.
Tune into the No Bluffing Podcast with your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes, every Monday at 12 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. We saw last year what the Memphis Tiger offense, how much they relied on Blake Watson and how much they needed a guy to that could dominate the ball carries. You know, every time they got the ball,
somebody who can take the ball 15 to 20 times a game and you can rely on. Ryan has always talked about having a workhorse back, like having one guy he can trust. Yes, you want depth, but having one guy that he can trust. Hey, I can put this ball into your stomach 15 to 20 times a game. He had that with Blake, and I think he has that with Mario. If you talk to any college football coach, any NFL coach that is going right now, you can win the game by tossing the ball around, exposing another team's secondary. But if you're serious about winning championships, you're going to run the ball and you're going to play good defense.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain show, man. Just wrapped it up. My boy Evan Hayes. Shout out to him. I kind of get what he was saying about your boy Noah Lyles or whatever, man. But I'm straight on that, brother. But the point I have still remains. I've seen a lot of great track and field athletes that were really good. It is hard as hell to make me hate one of them dudes, bro. And that dude has found a way to make people hate him, which I think is the hardest thing in the world if you're the fastest man in the world. So
the whole conversation kind of reminded me of this summer when Drake and Kendrick got into it, and Kendrick very clearly whooped his ass in that whole entire deal. And Anthony Sain defends Drake to this day. It's kind of.
I'm not gonna stop listening to Drake, bro. I don't give a damn what.
It sounds kind of like that. Like ain't nothing to defend Drake on, but you still ride or die with Drake.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Drake fan. When I'm gonna stop listening to Drake because Kendrick Lamar baby rapping ass got him out. Hey, bro, that's not act like. I mean, Drake took a L. But it ain't like Drake, took that L on his ass, bro. Because he was
rapping. He was doing some stuff.
They was rapping. They was throwing haymakers at each other, bro. But
it finally got to the point where it was like,
I'm tired of hearing out both of their asses for real.
I bet you I was too. Kind of. I was like, hey man, yeah.
And then a lot of stuff that Drake said is still true about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is a rapper that, with all the blackity black stuff that Kendrick Lamar talks, white people rock with him way more than what he probably.
But that's rap. That's rap.
No, Kendrick Lamar on another level, bro.
That's rap.
Because Kendrick Lamar makes music the white people really ain't even supposed to like, but they love it.
They love it.
Because the Pimple Butterfly album, like y'all was supposed to hate that man after that. But y'all was.
It
makes you wonder why that's a thing. Like why do white people?
Because they ain't listening to no lyrics.
I don't know.
Lyrics don't mean nothing.
But like I said, I'm a Kendrick guy. I'm a Drake guy too. But shout out to my boy Evan Hayes, man, for real. That's about your boy Noah Lyles. But y'all got the boy messed up, man. For real. My head itch. But yeah, man, the 3-pointer where we talk about 3 things going on in the world of sports, man. Number 1, speaking of folks talking out their ass. We got an old dude and a young dude both talking out their.
What are these dudes doing, man?
Man, the season about 6 weeks away, man. Just roll the ball out, man. I can't deal with no more of the nonsense, man. We're going to start with Dennis Rodman, old crazy ass. And I've heard him say this before, man. Either that or I'm living in the Mandela effect, because I swear I've heard Dennis Rodman say this before.
It's a deja vu type situation.
Yeah, for real. I swear I've heard him say this already.
Right.
But he said some stuff about LeBron, again, I believe, talking about LeBron don't have no bag. He can't dribble. He don't have no moves.
Okay, Dennis.
Yeah, he would have locked him up. Man,
okay,
bro,
Dennis.
Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you something else, man. These dudes who talk about what LeBron ain't got, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you another dude who had no dribble moves, bro. Magic Johnson didn't have any dribble moves.
Oh man.
And I called my boy Jay Ham. I said, Jay, if I'm wrong, tell me. He said, no, you ain't wrong. Like Magic wasn't really no ball handler like that. He could handle the ball, but he wasn't like no dynamic. I'm gonna break you down with combination. He wasn't that type of dude at all.
And he was 6'8". He was 6'8".
Now you telling me that Magic Johnson, who was killing Dennis Rodman and these other dudes in the league, you tell me if he was doing that, you think LeBron could? Like Dennis Rodman, hey bro, cocaine is a hell of a drug, bro.
It is, man. It messes you up.
Your ass been on for the last. Shut up, man. That's one thing about the NBA that I say all the time. I love the NBA with every bone in my body. The one thing I'm very, very much not a fan of when it comes down to the NBA is the gatekeeping of these old dudes who shit on the current product. I'm like, bro, do y'all understand that, like, even if you don't feel the current product, it's best for the longevity of the game to not do what you guys are doing. Like, stop it, bro. And LeBron's about to get up out of here. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. But I do like how, and I know it's personal with LeBron. I know these guys really do feel a way about LeBron, which is why they give him the stuff they give him. Because you don't really see guys. You see guys giving mad love to Ant, to Ja, to guys like that, guys of that ilk or whatever. So I don't know, but it's just really kind of super nauseating this to constantly hear.
Why do people have that kind of feeling towards LeBron?
Jealousy, bro. And then LeBron has always had this, I'm the king, I'm this spoiled, pampered. And it's crazy because LeBron was a dude who grew up in a single parent home. Mom was really well off like that. You know what I mean? Like, but he's always just kind of been the heir apparent. to whatever and whatever. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I'm not a LeBron James fan, but the way he gets overly dissected makes me a fan of LeBron. Like for real, bro. But on the other side of talking crazy, Anthony Edwards was also talking out of the crack of his ass today, as he's quoted in saying that Michael Jordan was the only skilled player back in his era. Now I will say this.
Yeah. Okay.
I think some stuff did get lost in translation because Anthony Edwards ain't all the way lying.
He ain't all the way lying, bro.
He was not the only skilled player in this generation by any means. But as far as dudes who could do what Michael Jordan did, it wasn't many of them, bro. He probably was the only one. And like what I'm saying is a big 6'6", 6'7" guard who can dribble, pass, shoot, defend, all these type of things like LeBron with athleticism, all those type of things like Michael Jordan did. There's only one other dude in the league that could do that, in my opinion, and he was his teammate. It was Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean? Which is also why the Bulls were good as shit. And like I see so many posts that talk about why Jordan's better than LeBron, right? And Jordan never left his team and all that. I'm like, bro, I don't think people understand that Michael Jordan playing with Scottie Pippen, and when Scottie Pippen came along in that team, it's like if the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted LeBron James, and then 6 years later, Kawhi Leonard gets drafted by them, or Paul George is drafted. Or Kevin Durant is drafted. It's like you drafted a guy that was on the level. The only dude on the level of Michael Jordan was Scottie Pippen. And you drafted him too. So it's like, of course he didn't leave. He finally got his dude, but they just drafted him. You know what I mean? But like I said, Anthony Edwards sounds crazy. He don't sound that crazy. He ain't lying. Michael Jordan was on another planet compared to the dudes he was playing around.
On a scale of like 1 to Dennis Rodman crazy, he's like a 4, right? Like,
well, he's bad worded because he also that's Hakeem Olajuwon played the same time Michael Jordan did. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's.
I'll say this:
Charles Barkley played at the same time. Patrick Ewing, all these dudes. So.
If you put the skill level, like top to bottom, the top players in the NBA in any generation, they're gonna do well in whatever generation.
Yeah.
You can pick them up. You can pick them out of the 90s, put them in the 2010s.
I can drop Penny Hardaway.
Yeah,
with the stolen phone pauses on his feet in 2024, and he would be beasting.
And he'd be beasting them.
Their games would adapt. Larry Bird. I hear people say, I used to be the dude that would say this. I had people had to tell me, okay, you being a dumbass. I used to say, man, Larry Bird would get his ass cooked in today's NBA. Somebody was like, no, you're very wrong. He said Larry Bird would be Luka Doncic. I was like, Larry Bird wasn't even a guard. I said he would have been. They said he would have been. He would have been, if he was born in today's era, Larry Bird would have been playing on the ball. He would have had the same slow down game like Luka Doncic, and he'd have been murdering dudes with that fallback ass jump shot, been splashing the mug on everybody. He'd been unguardable. He'd been playing with the ball in his hand.
Like these teams are good. Like these guys are good players, but in terms of like overall skill versus skill, the middle of the road kind of the others on the teams in 2024 versus the others on the teams in 1980.
They're way better now.
Unbelievably better now, right? Like
John Conchar would look like, I don't know.
He would be unbelievable.
He would be cold as hell if he was like Judd Bushler. What would he look like today?
He'd be like, how's he shooting the ball like that? Like he's not.
No, I'm saying if what would Steve Kerr look like if he was dropped in today's NBA? You know what I mean?
Probably not good at all. He'd look like Max McClung. Mac McClung. But no, you take like I remember
how good would Jeff Hornacek be today, right?
Right.
How good would Craig Hodges be? Like them dudes, you know what I mean? Like I think there are guys that are 10, 11, and 12 men in today's NBA that would be better than 7 and 8 men back in the day for sure.
Well, I remember watching. All I heard about when I was younger was how good James Worthy was for the LA Lakers, and then I went and saw a video of James Worthy.
That's a discussion I really want to have too, bro. Like, hey, we done with the 90s, bro. What was good about James Worthy, bro?
Dog. It's like
a game that didn't like he was cold, bro.
Like Winyan Gabriel.
Winyan Gabriel looked like an alien back then. Literally. He was like, bro, we had these conversations where people try to crap on today's game, right? Like, bro, y'all are drunk as hell, bro. Like, what the hell would Michael Jordan? Now, let me take Michael Jordan out of this. Dude, what in the hell would Bill Cartwright do if Giannis Antetokounmpo? Like, what are we talking about?
Like Giannis plays the 4 in today's NBA, right?
If you had that dude back then, back then,
Against
6'9",
against James.
Yeah, come on, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
So yes, it is wildly outrageous that Anthony Edwards would say that Michael Jordan was the only skilled player in the NBA during that time period, but he ain't too far off.
He ain't too far off, bro, for real. Because dudes just wasn't cold like that, bro.
Yeah.
And I know people in the comments gonna be tearing their ass up, and that's
oh
fine.
My God. You know who's gonna be on our tail about this? Is Brevin Knight. Brevin Knight's about to get on our tail.
Yeah, neither one of y'all played the game.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna, bro.
Hey, but number 2, I'm glad, I don't know what we're gonna say number 2 was, but it was something that Brevin said on the show the other day. I'm going to make number 2 because it was real shit. The Grizzlies schedule, right? Brevin was saying like,
this blew my mind when he said this.
Yeah, I've heard this before, but hearing it from an actual player is real shit. Brevin was basically saying that, like, when you're looking at the NBA schedule, there are 2 NBA schedules, and there's like the NBA schedule for like regular teams, and the NBA schedule for like, okay, we got to entertain fans. So like, y'all the premier teams, y'all the entertainment. This is the entertainment schedule. And I think he said the Grizzlies used to be part of the entertainment schedule, and now they're out of it, but he thinks they'll be back in it. And Brevin was talking about this like, y'all don't know about this. Like,
yeah. He was like, y'all don't know about this? Like, you look at Adam Silver came out this offseason and said that on the nights that teams have major games, like major
big key games,
they
won't have a back-to-back.
TNT, they won't have a back-to-back. The Grizzlies have 4 this year.
He's like, I don't want to talk about y'all. I didn't mean everybody.
Not everybody.
Just like these things.
I meant the entertainment teams, right?
You watch Austin Powers,
right?
You know the scene when he said everybody out, and he says, "That's you, that's you, number 2, that's you, that's you, the guy in the back who's acting like he's doing something, but he's not."
It's just wild to me because it's like he's talking about, because there's a lot of questions about the schedule. The schedule is what the schedule is, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're going to play teams in the Western Conference 4 times. They're going to play teams in the Eastern Conference twice. Like this is what happens. This is what they're going to
do. They're handling us like the regulars this year.
But they're handling the way that the schedule is set up. We're the regulars.
We're the semi-regulars, I believe.
Semi-regulars. And he said before last year, the Grizzlies were the entertainment.
Right.
They were one of those entertainment teams where the schedule would be more favorable because they were going to be more eyes. The NBA thought was going to be on them.
The NBA is a business, man.
Yeah.
It's an entertainment business. Like, that's all. I totally understand it. Like, and people are like, oh, they setting us up. They're not, bro. It's more of a we don't give a shit than we're trying to fuck y'all over. Like, it's like we don't really give a damn about y'all.
We didn't think about you in that regard.
It's like then that's about how can we destroy the Memphis Grizzlies? Like, it ain't that at all, bro. We just bro. Y'all just But I think the NBA also realizes that we'll be back, and that with John them. Yeah.
I just thought that was such an interesting conversation because like it is so wild to think that it makes sense, but it's like for an ex-player to sit down and go, yeah, there are teams are treated, they're put in 2 different categories when it comes to scheduling.
Yeah, for sure.
The favored and the unfavored.
I get that for sure. Number 3, man, ain't gonna lie, this is a dope ass story, man. I love to see people come up, man. This is my girl. This is my baby, man. Angel Reese. Y'all already know what's up. Signs a deal with Reese's Candy Company, man.
The best candy in the world.
You ain't never lied. The peanut butter cups are good. Reese's Pieces are gross.
Nah, the Reese's Pieces are still fire.
Nah, I gotta have it's too much.
But the cups are
fire in the freezer.
Yes.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Reese's, y'all can go to hell too, because in your local Dollar General, they got a variation of the Reese's peanut butter cup that you don't see everywhere. And as a black man, I'm offended by it because most Dollar Generals are in the hood, right? So I'm offended by this variation. There's a Dollar General exclusive, right? They got the Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips inside of them, bro. Don't tell me you never seen that shit.
What are you talking about?
Like, y'all got me fucked up, bro.
They got potato chips.
They got potato chips. They got a Reese's peanut butter cup with potato chips.
What kind of potato chips? Just Lay's?
Lay's, like a plain. Yeah, look it up if you think I'm lying.
Why in the hell would they do that?
Now, what's that joint that got the pretzel inside of? What they call it? Take 6 or something like that?
Oh, the take fives. Ooh.
Bye. But my baby, Angel Reese, she won't be your rookie of the year for the WNBA, but she's the rookie of the year in my heart.
It's a good look, man.
And that's huge, though, bro. That's huge. Like she's the type of player where, she ain't Caitlin. She ain't nearly as good as Caitlin Clark by any means, but she's going to craft her way through the NBA as being that super marketable player. And I'm trying to think who is her NBA equivalent, somebody who's not really like nearly as good as their marketing and their endorsements are.
I got one. DeMar DeRozan.
No. I got one for real.
I don't think DeMar's that good. All right.
DeMar DeRozan ain't no name like that either, though. I got one, bro. LaMelo Ball, bro. She's LaMelo Ball. She's a way bigger star than she is actual.
Except for
good. She's good as shit. She's gonna be an all-star every year type player. But she's also probably gonna be one of the most marketable players in the league. It's not gonna match up with who she is on the court. She's LaMelo.
Bro, I'm disgusted by this. It is on I'm on dollargeneral.com.
You can't find them nowhere but in Dollar General, bro.
Reese's Big Cup with potato chips, milk chocolate, peanut butter candy. What is going on right now?
It's painful. It's painful.
That is ugly.
Painful how they pander to my people, man. I'm gonna tell you who else can kiss my ass. Who was it had the burger that had the some kind of burger that had hot chips in it or Fritos or something like that? Taco Bell, y'all be with the shit too, man. Y'all be y'all offend stoners and black people with some of the shit y'all be coming out with.
That's just straight stoner food, man.
Yeah. But somebody had some with some goddamn hot chips in it, bro.
The Takis.
Yeah. Like, man, what the hell?
Hey,
hot chips with cheese on it. You know, that's
the Ma'am Jim
Jim joints. What's wrong with these people, bro?
No, I think the LaMelo Ball comparison is actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's what she is.
But except for I think Angel, her style of play contributes to winning more than what LaMelo's does.
Yeah, because she's good. Because ain't like she's just a sideshow. She's really good. But shit, LaMelo is too. I'm trying to think, man. Who else would I put into that category where they're just like a mega star? I can name some people in other sports like that. David Beckham was like that. Reggie Bush was like that for sure.
Good. That's good. That's really good. That's some deep cut right there, man.
Hell yeah. That's kind of who she's gonna be.
I think the LaMelo Ball one is actually pretty good. Actually,
she's LaMelo Ball of the WNBA because LaMelo's he's a household name. Like people know who LaMelo is. He's really not.
Yeah,
you know, he won't be. You know, he's not a top 10 point guard in the league. Is he?
No, he gets treated as such though.
Yeah.
He got paid by Charlotte.
Yeah, but yeah, man, good shit. Angel Reese, somebody give me some Reese pieces for you, bro. I'm gonna give me a big stack of them Johnson, them peanut butter cups, and freeze them.
Congrats to Angel Reese.
Congrats, baby, for sure. We're gonna take a break, man. When we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. We're inside the same brain. We'll see you in a minute.
For the next 2 seasons, are we officially referring to Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium as the Liberty Hole?
I think Liberty Hole is hilarious. I just don't know if what they have constitutes as a hole because it's half the day.
It's a hole in the stadium.
It's bigger than a hole.
The seats that are still there, are those
like
coming?
The chair backs?
Are they coming out or are they staying?
No, they're my parents sit there. They will be sitting there.
Who is going to sit there?
My parents, 100% will be in those seats. The sun will no longer disappear. TJ and I will be fried every week. How weird is it going to be to just be like looking out straight at the Coliseum?
Wild.
That's I think the best part though is we'll be able to keep an eye on our cars right there because we do park in direct sight line of that opening. So we'll be able to see if anything fishy's going on. No lie, if something happened, I would sprint across the field straight through there to that opening and straight to my vehicle.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Great day for Old Buckets on Twitter yesterday, getting Luke Kennard back on the team.
I was excited to say he's on the team. He is the best 3-point shooter in the NBA. I don't understand the discourse, and I've got beef with you too about it.
I'm all for Luke staying on Beale Street. I ain't trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, well, I have a hard time believing that, Rusty, because the first thing you said was, this is a perfect contract to trade. Luke Kennard is never going to feel stable in Memphis. The first time his contract is up, they're like, okay, well, we're going to let this last until August, and then we're going to sign you for 1 year. It quells my own excitement because I've been all offseason like, re-sign Luke. He's a 45% three-point shooter. Obviously, you're going to have to either do this again next year or trade him.
I want Luke in Memphis. I want him to stay. That's also a really good contract to pair with a John Conchar to get an $18 million wing that we can send off on 2 expiring deals.
Tune in to the $2 Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann every Friday at 3 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Thank you to my guy Evan Hayes, man, coming on today. Good stuff with him. And dude who got Penny shoes, man. Quit playing, man. Quit playing. Man, listen to Drake. See, you talk about Drake all the time. Here you go listen to him. Hey, go get Penny his shoes back, man. Stop playing for you being got, man. For the guy roughed up out here, man. For real. But nah, bro. Had us sending pictures and shit. You know you a goofy. Ain't never stole nothing in your life type dude. Incriminating yourself, man. Sending pictures of the shoes and shit. All up in that damn message board with the shit. No, he ain't put the shit in the message board.
He not him.
The leaked pictures did get into our message board for sure. But yeah, go get your mind right, man. Find Christ today, man. God got Penny, bro. You out there playing.
God got him. God got us.
God got the shoes too. They coming back, man. By the time y'all watch this, man, watch them shoes be back in Penny hand, bro.
Oh, they absolutely will be, no doubt.
Quit playing, bro. Quit playing, bro. For real. But anyway, man, inside the same brain, we were talking about something that's on a brother mind at the time, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just getting back into the house, Kenny Stubblefield.
Man, what?
Evening for me, man. My boy, we gonna talk about my boy Gabe, man. Had his first tackle football game, right? Man, y'all gonna make me start crying this goddamn screen. I ain't did this since I had my 100th episode. But man, just a quick story on Gabe, man. Gabe was born premature. Gabe was 6 months early. Yeah, something like that. No, I'm sorry. He was born in his 6th month. I'm sorry. He was born in his 6th month. He's supposed to come late December.
I was like, so you're saying he's a miracle?
Yeah. Gabe was about 2 months early, 2.5 months early.
Wow.
So, yeah, because he's supposed to be born in December. He came mid-October, November. So he's a little bit over 2 months early. For about 4 pounds in weight. In the hospital
if he was 4 pounds, 2 months left, he would have been a monster at full term.
Yeah.
God did your ex-wife a favor is what he did.
Oh man, because she was down bad, having Gabe. She was toxemic. So the doctor was like, well, we're gonna wait till both of y'all are probably about to die, then we're gonna take the baby out. That's basically what he told Stephanie. Like, we're gonna wait till you about to get up out of here because we need to keep him in there as long as we can. So Gabe was early. Wow. In the hospital for 26 days. Hospital 26 days, came home. And everything Gabe does, I see that little tadpole, frog, turtle-looking kid, right? The little baby ain't even supposed to be out yet. That's everything he does awesome. It always takes me back to that. You know what I mean? So Gabe was playing football today, starting at center. Offensive line for the fifth and sixth grade team. And Gabe's a heavy kid. And he's kind of slimmed down over the summer where he's still thick, but he's not, he can move a little better, right? And I'm proud of him for that. He's always kind of been, ever since he's really started school, like his kindergarten and maybe first grade year, he was small. Then he started gaining weight. Kids would pick on him. They picked on him at the school he's at now. I said, Gabe, you wait. There's going to be a time where your weight and your height and all that come together, and you're gonna be a hot commodity around this motherfucker.
It's called puberty. That's what it is.
So now he's growing up older. He's learning his body. He's getting himself together, getting in shape, and he's starting offensive line for his team. And I was worried, man, because he was sick out of school Monday and Tuesday. He didn't go to school Monday or Tuesday. Game's Thursday, right? So Gabe's like, Dad, he's like, I can't keep missing practice because coach said if you miss practice, you ain't starting. I said, son, you got to get up and go. So he missed Monday and Tuesday. He went back to school Wednesday. Then he went to school today, Thursday. And he started in the game at center. And, of course, he had his Jordan cleats on. He had his Jordan cleats on. And they won 26-0. Harden Academy, get y'all garbage ass out of here, bro. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, beat them folks 26-0, man. Get out of here. Now, it might not never happen again, but we got y'all this time. But anyway, I gotta tell you about this kid on our team, man. You gotta be careful talking about people's children, but this is in a good way. So it's this kid. We got a freaking white Travis Hunter on our team, bro. This kid. Yeah, white Travis Hunter, bro. For real. He's a quarterback. He's number 13, right? My daughter played volleyball. I used to be like, Sabrina, wearing number 13 is a dope ass number because you can be like,
yeah,
well, unlucky. You see 13, bad luck coming. Like that's bad luck coming. That's what she used to do when she was a little girl.
Right.
This is a little kid on our team, number 13. He's starting quarterback, right? So he's like, they're running options. He's running down. He's breaking big bros, scoring touchdowns. White boy. Travis Hunter.
Killing.
And then he's also like a safety or a corner or something like that. He's picking off passes, pick sixes. I'm like, God damn. White Travis Hunter ain't playing at all. Like he's like Shador and Travis Hunter mixed together. He's the starting quarterback and he's the corner. He was a beast on both sides. And I was nervous because Gabe was like, Dad, when I think too much, I mess up snaps. Like I be messing up snaps when I think too much. But when I just don't think about it and do it, I'm fine. So I was super nervous about Gabe, not seeing another kid in his face and he don't know who his kid is and just totally forgetting how to snap the ball.
Right.
Snapping fine. He had a long snap that kind of got mishandled a little bit, but the quarterback got it and made a play. But yeah, it's crazy. It was fun though, man. But little kid rules. Now I knew, kicks, flag football rules, whatever. And this is a 100-yard field, and they don't punt the ball for a punt. You just it advances the ball 35 yards. It's like a secondary punt. But it was super fun, man. We won 26-0. I don't think we passed the ball at all. I think it was like maybe 2 passing plays the entire game. So, but yeah, go Suns, man. Go.
Did
Suns.
he love it?
Yeah, he felt like a G after the game was over with.
I bet he did.
He's like, Dad, my cleats are too small. These are new cleats. And I just bought this dude like some $100-some Jordan cleats, right? So now he's like, oh, my cleats are too little. So now I'm getting them. He sends me the new cleats he wants. So he'll have those on next Thursday. So.
Same thing happened with me, man. My daughter did the same thing with volleyball shoes.
So, yeah. She's running through them.
She has some new volleyball shoes on. One day she comes to me and she's like, Daddy, I think I need some new shoes. I'm like, let's go.
Right.
Went to Academy. She came out with the dopest Giannis's you could think
right.
of.
If I can't do nothing else, I'm gonna get you some dope ass gear.
I'm gonna get you some gear. Yeah.
What I'll probably do is I'll get him whatever he wants this year. But next year I'm gonna look into the personalized, see if Nike does the personalized cleats for him. And just have them just some wild funky ass design for him. But yeah.
It's wild watching our kids start to play sports, right?
Wild is not the word. It is, and when I came, bro, like Stephanie's there, her mom's there, Sabrina's there, and Sabrina came down and talked to me because I was like, bro, I can't deal with being like football dad today. Like I don't feel like talking to y'all. like I don't feel like talking to the other parents, right? So like I'll get with y'all later. I'm nervous as shit, right? So because that's another thing about that school. All the kids who go there, they've been in school together since forever, like preschool. Right. So Gabe is one of them, but it's not like he ain't really one of them. Like he really came to the school a couple years ago. These other kids have been friends forever. Right. Mom, parents, they're all buddies. And I'm like, I don't really know y'all like that. Like I know who y'all are. I speak, but I'm not really cool with y'all like that. So when I came to the game, I'm the crazy motherfucker standing on the track by the fence watching the game, walking and pacing.
Oh yeah.
I'm following the ball, right? So I'm that dude, right? So then the second half we're up like 14-0. So then I was like, all right, I'm finna come talk to y'all now because my nerves are too bad. They started laughing. Said, yeah, we get it. I was like, I ain't feel like code switching.
Right.
I just feel like watching my son.
You're like, I'm so nervous. I can't code switch. And
code switch. I'd be like, oh, look at that nigga. I couldn't do all that around y'all. So I had to wait till we was up by a good lead. Before
Sailor started playing volleyball 2 years ago, last year. And I remember the first first couple of games, man, the tournaments we would go to,
Yeah.
I would have to do the same thing. Like Tracy would be in the bleachers. She's
I gotta be by
chilling.
myself.
I'm on the other side of the curtain that's see-through, so I can see everything, but I'm just sitting there like this the whole time. Like, oh my God.
Man,
oh
them
my-
volleyball games drive you crazy, bro.
Man.
Like them little non-shit talking little girls who had high five and high five after everything. Like, look, Becky, don't mess up no more. I'm not gonna keep high fiving your ass and you keep letting that same ball hit the ground. Goddamn it. Fist
Yeah,
bumping
man.
and shit. I'm over better. Hey, come on, Becky, get your ass to the game, goddamn. But yeah, bro.
It's wild. It is a crazy experience to see our kids
Yeah,
start
man.
to play sports,
But
man.
I enjoyed it, man. We won. And a lot of it's some kids that were on Gabe's flag football team that when Gabe was flag goes up until 4th grade.
Right.
When Gabe played in 3rd grade, there were some boys that were in the 4th grade that went on to play tackle in 5th. And now Gabe's back playing tackle with them boys. So
It's awesome.
I like it. And Gabe has always had to deal with having to play with multiple teams where they would split. Like we had two flag football teams, right? Last year. So Gabe ended up being on the worst of the two teams. And Gabe always seems to be on the worst of the two teams. Like if they split the teams, Gabe's always on the team that's bad. Like he's on the team with his friends. So
Right.
now it's everybody. Everybody's all on one team, and yeah, he's excited about it. I'm excited about it too.
He
And I'll-
loves playing. So I know he plays soccer too. What's is football his sport though? Or basketball?
It kind of depends on the season, man. Because during
Yeah.
the season, he thinks he's Ken Lofton Jr.
Yeah.
during basketball season. Because Gabe was like, Dad, they just ran that play where we get the rebound, I run down court, and they throw it down to me. He said that's an instant and one every time that they do it. They just don't never do it. Because Gabe takes off. He's snowbird. He takes off. If somebody gets the rebound or Gabe gets the rebound, he's gone. Like he's gone to the other end. He's like, they just pass me the ball on that when I go down court. Like I score about 30 points a game. Like that's what Gabe's. But Gabe's an hilarious dude, bro. Like, Gabe thinks everybody's terrible except for him. I wonder where he got that from.
I don't know. Sounds familiar.
Everybody's terrible. Because he'll tell you, man, all these folks suck. Everybody's terrible.
Bro, they just beat you by 30.
Right, exactly. But yeah, man, my kid, I'm proud of him, man.
Proud of him. Shout out
hey,
Big Gabe.
Ryan Silverfield. We not finna play with you, bro. If you think you get my son for free, you lost your goddamn mind, Ryan.
That's right.
Coach Prime, you got me messed up too, man. Hey, matter of fact, Christian Brothers, you got me fucked up. You better get that money out, Christian Brothers. You better find some atheist brothers that got some money.
We starting soon. We starting this recruiting thing soon.
You better find some Jewish brothers who got some money. Because I ain't you ain't getting my kid for free, man. Y'all better come out with it. You better find some Catholic brothers, man.
Watch them come back to you and be like, he gets a room and board and a scholarship.
Hell no. Hell no. 'Cause
He should be proud he gets an education.
I can't have an NIL deal in 9th grade.
I love it. I love it.
Bitch, you got me messed up. You think I'm gonna pay for tuition over there? Hell no, y'all. You want my son? You better come with that money, bro. Hey, I ain't saying, let me clear it up. You ain't gotta pay the kid, but we ain't paying y'all motherfucking shit. We ain't paying no tuition, bro.
Keep that whole energy going of I don't pay for anything around the city.
Exactly. I don't even pay for Tiger football.
I don't even pay for my kids' education.
Hey, bro, we had fun today. Hey, get Penny his goddamn shoes, man.
Come on,
what the fuck
man.
is wrong with y'all? Get Penny how you gonna steal shoes off the goat's porch, man? You damn porch pirate. You what the hell is Let me in the jail so I can talk crazy. What kind of porch pirate are you?
What
Penny
are you-
Hardaway, bro. What the hell is wrong?
What are you doing right now?
Y'all ain't even fool with Chandler Parsons shoes.
You stole Penny's shoes. What are you doing?
They killed Excellent Zimmerman live, bro. The streets is done. The
streets
streets is
is
done,
done.
bro.
The streets is done.
Hey, bro.
They killed
Yeah,
X and let that
y'all-
dude live.
Y'all enjoy yourself, man. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys have a good weekend, man. For Kenny Stubblefield. Appreciate my boy Evan Hayes today. This is your boy Anthony Sain, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.